What's up, gang? So this is Krauss. I just figured I'd make this quick video to help you guys out, especially the newer members of the guild who just recently joined, and yeah, 71, level 90. So you're probably already at the stage where you've developed your team, but if you feel like you're not doing enough damage, it's not too late to tweak your team out further and take it into the right direction. So first things first is the hero selection. If you see that your hero, you're using stock heroes at at level 100, you probably need to switch gears and try building heroes that are gonna last you until the end. And to start off, this website here will help you out a lot. PlayIdleHeroes.com has everything that you need. I didn't create this website; it's not mine, but it has everything like beginners guides, tier lists, which is where basically what some pros think of as far as heroes that are end game are concerned. You can see Valkyrie's here, Aspen, which was recently added in. Belrain's a long time standing god tier. Another, but don't let this dictate what you want to build. In other guides, you'll see King Barton as a god tier hero. It really depends. What's important is not to make what do you call this food heroes into and not to bring those into end game as you approach higher levels of power. And what I mean by that is, for example, what am I doing? So if you've got, excuse me, like for example, these guys are food. I usually see, who's that? I just fed him literally to my Valkyrie. I'm mostly concentrated on greens, and I'll come back to that later. Yeah, faceless. I see a lot of faceless, a lot of Dragon Slayer. I'm not saying that they're not great. These guys will get you through early game. Any kind of hero is better than like no hero at all, right? But once you start approaching end game, start to shift gear and base it on try to do some research. Because that's what I started doing early, and so it was really slow to begin with. I wasn't really scoring that well. If you can see here in the territory raid history, way back when we started in Assassins, I wasn't really doing well. When did I join? See, I had Doomsday. Well, that I was thinking like Doomsday was cool back then. So you see, I'm in the third spot. Fourth, I even used Norma because that Norma's a nice starting hero, right? And I think I wasn't here yet, but generally you want to switch and invest in stuff, invest in more powerful heroes. Now, how do you do that? And that's the question. I'm VIP 5, and this doesn't really give much, but except for the fact that it the 100 gems per day, but that's really a minor addition to what it calls to funds. What I do get from VIP 5, and the most important part is bag space. So that gives me a lot of leeway, flexibility when it comes to events like summon events. I can store in a lot of 3 stars, 4 stars. So yeah. So basically, what we have going on now is the summon event, and that's basically an event that happens once a month. And this is the only time that you're supposed to be summoning or using your summon scrolls, the heroic summon scrolls, and not, when this event ends, stop using them. That's basically how you do this. Then it also gives you at this time of the month, the monthly events like Militants, Tavern, Fusion, and Broken Spaces, they all reset. So I've already done mine. But most importantly, Tavern gives you an additional 10 scrolls. And then you've got these Prophet Orbs, which you're going to be using next event. So only. So try not to use your profit orbs now. Don't use them now. But this is a game of patience. And I've learned to pace myself. Basically, the secret to play idle heroes is just play idly. Try not to do everything at once. I know it can be tempting sometimes, but if you wait, it's better. It's going to be worth your worth the wait. And when you do a summon, so the way I do it is like I've been building up on Valkyrie and Veza for I don't know 3 months now, and I've been patiently waiting, until I got one Vesa from the summon this event, and then I went in and decided I didn't want to wait any longer than 3 months. So I went in and purchased another Vesa, another Valkyrie here. This allowed me to upgrade to 10 stars, and I'm going to continuously hunt for more Valkyries in the next profit event. And the way that I'm going to do it is that I'm going to focus on green until I either get or don't get. Basically, just dump everything into green until I get a Valkyrie. Because once I get a Valkyrie, I'll be able to bring her up to E1, and that's going to require a 9-star and another copy of Valkyrie. So the reason why I'm focusing all on one color is because that's the best way to get a 9-star from scratch. You don't want to spread out your what do you call this? Your profit summon orbs to different colors when you're building a specific, because you remember step one, try to focus on heroes that you think you're gonna bring to end game, and then just keep on trying to build that up throughout the event. So I'm basically focused on this. Next in line is going to be King Barton. So if I get Valkyrie now, I'm going to stop using the Prophet Summon Orbs, and then I'm going to switch over to red, to the red faction, and start building my team, or building my King Barton. So yeah. Then you've also got the Wishing Fountain. Now there was recently an event that kind of caught me off guard, and I've been using my what do you call this? I've been using my Super Wishing Fountain coins on a regular basis because I thought there was an event, and then it came out last year, and oh damn, I used it all up. So ever since then, I've not been using these coins, and I've been waiting. Basically just gonna either the only time I'm gonna use this is if King Barton shows up or if Valkyrie shows up, and I refresh this every time it's available, right? But other than that, I'm not going to use it, and then hope that they repeat that last event, that they held out for the super casinos. Now on to Tavern. So Tavern's a month-long event. It's a month-long ordeal, and what I do here is I've been refreshing. I don't accept tasks that are less than 4 stars, right? You just keep them up, keep refreshing until I get. You make most of the time you'll make the diamonds back in rewards anyway, and you get some. There's a chance of mystic scrolls coming up and all that good stuff. But what's important is that you basically, when you come up with the 6-star and 7-star quests, try not to submit those, and I'm pretty sure most of you already know that already, because of the event that ties in here for the Tavern quest. So you can see I actually had already used up two sets that I had in store in the Tavern. Didn't submit those, and I already have enough to last me until the next month. For Fusion, hold on to that until I've had enough resources to actually 10-star my Valkyrie. See, the last week of January, so I didn't. Basically, I wanted to wait for that until I could get this, this reward and this reward. It all counts, right? And then once you start noticing that they're not, you don't have anything else to gain from this, and if it's not gonna upgrade your power considerably, then hold off on fusing. All right. Next, there's also this event called like Hero something event. I forget. But there's another event. If I scroll the way up, this is, by the way, where I get the predictions. So again, very useful. So there's another event called the Heroes Worship. Not broken. Not that. So prophet, we covered that. We covered heroic miracle. All right. So basically, the gist of this is you need to summon a number of heroes according to each faction and get the rewards. Right? And 10 orbs is like what? One orb is like 500 diamonds. So this is like 5,000 diamonds if you are able to save up on shards. So don't go crazy. Don't go crazy on fusing up your shards. There's a time for actually doing everything. And in the game, that's what I mean by that is, even if you have like heroes here, if they don't have an immediate effect on your build, on your composition, team composition, you just really want to fuse them for the heck of it. Don't, right? One, you're going to be using space, and two, it's going to be a waste. Instead of having 100 100 shards for like two green heroes for the event, you won't have any, so you won't get the rewards, specifically for that colored faction. All right. So how do I make how else do I build my team? If you notice down here, I have a ton of 3-star shards, and the reason I do that is really good for space management, right? And I invest in, what am I doing? I invest in these things on a daily basis. I noticed I didn't buy the casino token. That's because it's not going to be up in, 2 or 3 weeks. The only time I'm going to start buying these is if it's really close. But yeah, these are the things that I buy. I buy the 8 Mystic Scrolls, right? If my gems, if my funds are in good shape, I don't. If I'm close to like 2,000 or half of this, then I stop buying these altogether. I buy the arena tokens. I buy all of the 3 stars, the 3-star shards, and the set of 4-star shards. These are very important, and it will save you from the hassle of having to summon or use up your friendship points or 3-star, normal summon scrolls. Never buy these. Never buy these, right? And then I've got these because, look at that. Why not, right? But if you don't have enough cash, this is something that you don't have to buy, really. So try to invest in these. If you have extra, you can go for this. If you just need that one summon scroll to go for a 10 stars, a 10 scroll summon, then go for it. But these are the best values for your buck. Then once you've gotten all of that, you can go to seal land. Try to bring up your seal levels high, because this gives like a ton of 4-star hero shards. So at level 6, or I think it was level 5 that I advanced, and it gave me this alone gives me like 74 stars shards, and that's a lot. That really racks up over time. Even if you don't feel like you're gonna win, Jesus Christ, just like that. See, I didn't, I don't know. I don't even know how I won. But try to use up your challenges on a daily basis, or if you've upgraded. So, just to test out. You can probably watch it once or twice just to get a feel of it. But I saw this on YouTube, and try to spam this and see if you can get the RNG to work in your favor, because more often than not it will. Well, not more often than not, but there are going to be occasions that you're gonna RNG is gonna smile towards you. And look at my team comp. Look at that. It's just the Vesa and the Valkyrie. All right. These don't have any armor on them, and they're just there for filling up the spaces. Of course, Heart Watcher has an effect because she increases the damage output. But if you watch this, you'll see how OP these bosses are, and you might get discouraged at first. But if you keep on spamming that, you might get lucky. So see. So you can gauge like, oh, I'm making it to 50%. Maybe if I make my Valkyrie like E2 or E1, maybe I'm going to give it another shot. But yeah, just try to do the occasional spam every week and see if you can get if you can get past this. Because the more 4-star shards you have at the end of the week, the more chances that you're going to have what do you call this a healthier pool of 5 stars. And then there's the event raid. All right, I do not purchase additional battles for gold and the what do you call this spirit. I do for 4 stars. That's how important these things are to me, and they have played a tremendous role in coming giving me fodder in order to upgrade my heroes. So yeah, for VIP 5 is another one of the best features of having a VIP is like you can get to purchase this, but this is the only thing that I really invest in altogether. So all those hero shards, and going back to the reason why I have like a ton of 3 stars is because when I go to the creation circle, the first thing I check is, right, if I'm looking for fodder, I just click on any 5-star hero. I click on this, and I'll see immediately if I have enough of the 4 stars to create a hero that that I need to feed. So unfortunately, I already did that a while ago. But let's say, for example, I had 4 of these guys and 4 extra 4 stars. So then I would fill that up, and then if I clicked here, I have 2 from the free daily tries. Then I go into my bag, go here, and then I summon 2 of these. So it's like hassle-free and painless summoning without depending on RNG and without filling up your bag every time you want to build a hero. And these, why do I keep coming back here? These shards recently were a recent addition to the tavern. Before it was random 3 stars, and that really sucked. It really took up a lot of time just to try and come up with fodder. So another thing, right? And this is going to be my last tip, is if you already have your sights set on, let me just kill this guy real quick. All right. If you have your sights on building up an end game character or hero, right? And basically, you have to think in advance, right? Let's say, for example, you're upgrading this guy, right, Gru. Right. So to upgrade Gru, you'll need 4 5-star heroes, right? And normally you'd go, okay, I have 2 gray-eyed, 1 Thale, and 1 dragon hunter, right? No, don't do that. The reason why is, all right, you're going to upgrade this character to 7 stars, but is that going to be like, is that going to be a great boost? Or could you just, hold on to these 2 gray-eyes because these 2 already make a 6-star, which is going to be used for 7 to 8 star. So let's take a look at gray-eyed's ingredients. See? So for greens, it's not this guy. So for forest, the heroes that you do not want to feed immediately are Thale, gray-eyed, and I think it was this guy. It's not the right. Yeah. What's her name? Zekis. These 3, right? Zekis, Thale, and the gray-eyed. Don't feed them right away. If you can make a 6-star out of them, that would that would prepare your next step. So basically, your food, without any question, would be this, and this. All right. So if you have a spare, basically plan ahead, and try not to jump, you know, dive in head first, guns blazing, and then figure out, oh no, now I need to bring up my, what do you call this? Now I need to bring my GRU up to 7 stars, and I need a 6-star, and you don't have any copies of that, right? So this is the same kind of thinking for extra shards. If you have like 3 extra shards for 3 sets rather, or 150, keep them in your inventory until you need to build a 9-star, right? To make as fodder for a 10-star, right? Because you're gonna need well, that's too far in the future. But as far as 10-star heroes are concerned, right? You're gonna need a 9-star. So in order to make a 9-star, you're gonna need 3 copies. Is it 3 copies? 2 copies for the 6-star, and 1 copy to make it a 9-star. Right. So you need 3 copies to make that. So try to plan ahead. See if you can collect like 3 copies of the same hero if you're building something to up to 10 stars, and reserve that hero for your 10-star fodder later on. Don't just blindly fuse heroes and then find out that you needed them. You could have built a 9-star out of them, and instead you just built just fed them as 5-star fodders to off on a whim. All right. So I've got player mail. 80 gems. Yay. All right. I hope I didn't miss anything. Oh yeah. So since this video is for the guild, all right, and there are new players in, the way that Assassins works is that we're pretty active, as you can see, and we started out as a casual guild, and we've been becoming more and more active in Guild Wars. We're still not toxic, all right? We don't plan to become toxic in any way. What we just want you to do is, go into the Guild Wars hall and create your team and set it up, all right? And just so that we can see you participate here, basically that's your sort of attendance. It's nice to see you're online here, but it's actually better to see you participating in Guild Wars, because there are times that some people aren't really available, and even if you're just like 50k power or one power, that extra slot is going to be valuable, especially if we're fighting a guild that don't have all of their slots occupied. For example, if we're like a team of players, like 4 players who only have like 50,000 overall power, right? That's gonna beat a team, a single player who has like 2 million power, because that player can only take out 3 people, and that extra person is gonna make the team, count for a win. All right, so that's the thinking behind that. And you already joined us at a time where our meal's already maxed, so that's good. Another thing is here, try to participate in this as much as you can. I don't care how much damage you do, just make sure that you participate, and we'll be fine. But most importantly, be active. All right. You may notice that there's this guy Chan. Give him a break. Don't. We don't usually kick old-time members that quickly, and the reason being is because their contribution to the mill is exceptional. Right? And this was back then when we didn't have any money at all. So this guy, he was able to donate that much of twice, I think, of what I donated. So for those people who are in the top 10 list here, we usually give them like a leeway of 10 days before kicking them out. And sadly, we have. That's the reason why there are some slots here in the guild. So yeah, try to be nice to everybody. And if you have any questions, just feel free to message us in the guild board, and we'll try to answer the best we can. All right. Cheers.